and I've just arrived in Nikko, more specifically outside Kinugawa Onsen. And just the outside area of the station is amazing. It's a lovely sunset happening. It's all sorts of fancy things. I think there's an onsen over there, foot bath. Just arrived in Nikko in the hotel room. I'm currently in the bathroom. Guess why? Bath kind of small. We're starting with that, but you know that's fine. The place is a reasonable price considering how out of the way it is. Twin beds, because that was still room available. But fridge in the corner, kettle as would expect. Not a ton else. But the view. This Nikko. And right opposite the station, there's even a little foot bath that you can just relax in. And as it happens today, I'm just gonna watch the sun go down from here. The sun's already set, but it's nice to just see the world turn to darkness with this view. I just had a ramen meal at the hotel's restaurant, which was very nice, and now I'm just on a little midnight walk, and there's this lovely bridge ahead of me that I think I won't be able to see much of the river at this time, but what else am I doing with my time? And it really does just look like lining the river is just what seems to be hotel after hotel after hotel. But on this bridge, there's a little map of Japan with where we are carved out in red, which is pretty cool. So this is one of the most remote places I've stayed, which as I look up and see the stars, it has its benefits. Just imagine they're there. There's a very strange feeling here that it feels quiet. I feel like everywhere else I've been walking around for so long, there's been some background noise which I haven't noticed, but it's there. Whereas here, the footsteps of the people across the road, the car behind me, you can hear them. I'm on my way to my destination today, and outside the station there's some stuff going on. Just a few food trucks. Cool stuff. Now I am in Tobu World Square, which is a massive theme park of miniaturized models of all sorts based on Japan and the world. This is the Japan section. I believe that's Tokyo Tower behind me. No, I believe that's Tokyo Skytree behind me, and everything is at a 1/25 scale. So that, you know, this is piercing the sky already. The big one's a whole lot bigger. Now this mini water feature is my favourite thing so far. It's just so cute. I think this is a really good place of relative scale. So this was the tallest building at one point, until this came along. And I do find it really fascinating that in the middle of this place there's a shrine. Not quite sure, but this sign says something about acorn trees. And again, I never really had the scale that this pyramid is the same as that pyramid, and that one is so much smaller. And the Sphinx is tiny. I think this is a cool place as well to see how many places I've been to and recognise. Like, I've been to the Colosseum, I've been to some of the places in Japan, but the pyramids, America, unknown to me.
크리스마스 트리 다 좋아. 뭐지 못해.
This is Raszero in Thailand, and it's one of the things that I want to see most walking around. It's also good for seeing some history. Angkor Wat, I recognise this name from playing Civilization. It says it's undergoing restoration. It should be finished. The next stage, next year. Everything here is a recreation of some place in the world, except for one thing. There is one thing which is not a real place, but is represented, and that is Japan's very unique fall season. My favourite thing about Tobu World Square is how you can go around it twice and have entirely different experiences. The first time I went around, I just looked at the architecture. The second time, the people. So much detail in the people. Someone enjoying some ramen, looking at a bus stop sign, having a bit of conversation. An Olympic torch runner. A sporting success. What appears to be a member of the golf club. An unfortunate car crash. Some impromptu dance. A rooftop hot tub party. Some bank robbers. The people travelling in the distance. Just ignore the Eiffel Tower. A group photo and another. Policemen blocking off the march. Someone reading a newspaper. More street music. Artists. Queen at Westminster. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. Outside of the Big Ben. I know it's not the Big Ben. Don't know what he's carrying. No. Are the obvious ones, like the people praying, but there's a lot more subtle ones as well. The small people walking the walls. Traditional tea ceremony. The unique animals I've seen. A calligraphist. There are deer in Tsukushima as well, as there are in real life. Miniature shrine. Very precarious grounds. A wedding. Good reception. And then the animals in the delicacy area, of course, making up for it. Well, in one world it looks very nice. Policeman on the bike. Next day is one of those rare days with rain, and honestly I don't mind. The mountains kind of look incredible with the little foggy, misty, like that mountain over there just looks unreal. A little bit of rain like this when you've got a raincoat that's finally come out of the suitcase, not too bad. This is beautiful cafe, it's the military station. After getting off at Tobu Nikko station, it's a half an hour walk into the misty head, which looks awesome. Before we get to our Nikko destination of today. But even the walk there, there's a lot of nice little shops on the way. Food you can stop in for. And here is one of the famous bridges of Nikko. But this is as close as we can get, because you have to pay 300 yen to walk a little bit closer. You can't even cross it, but it's a famous bridge. It's a very nice view. Sometimes you see a statue and you're not sure why it is, but there's a little guide here that says this is the first ever recorded person in the Nikko region. And that I think is super cool. The first ever person who's been written down right there. Well, not right there, but you know. So this street was 400 years old. And they moved it here. Never heard of moving a tree, and now it's still going very strong. It needs beams to support it, it's that big, but it's incredible. Now the worship around here is for the 3 local mountains, and in that building there's 3 massive statues of them, but you're not allowed to take photography, so we're not going to look at that. But there's this awesome little garden feature here that is just inaccessible but beautiful. This little plaque has so much information I didn't quite know, and it's very interesting. In 1868, there was a split of Shinto and Buddhism. Very cool. Until the 19th century, rice was the main currency in Japan. And I did know that Anari is fox, but still. Very cool. This closed post box, but still, a single post office like that is amazing. Something about Tokurai Rasu. This place is amazing to just walk around. Such an atmosphere of quiet, relaxed forest being all around you. And that's free, but there are a lot of places that want to charge you money to go inside. Now, I think if you went everywhere here, you could spend about 4,000 yen just getting into different temples and shrines. And if you've made the journey from another country, from even Tokyo, and you've come on the train, it's probably worth the extra cost to see everything. But I'm in a very unique situation. If you take into account the vouchers I'm getting, it's cheaper for me to travel and stay put, which isn't exactly fair. But it means I'm not looking to spend 4,000 yen to get into places, so I'm happy just having a wander. Despite being a temporary shrine, it was still gorgeous inside. There was lots of little carvings of ducks that I loved, but no photos allowed. So you have to come over and see it. Despite that, I went for the most expensive ticket option because I wanted to see it. And it's pretty worth it. These furry monkeys are very famous there. Emojis, you know, here, etc. What we didn't know is they have cousins of Look at Evil. Look at that resting place of Ieyasu. Brought Japan together. And there's some ducks. Passing under the cat to walk upwards to the resting place. "200 steps. Ieyasu is buried right here. In a much less ornate building than everywhere else. But this is what remains of the man who brought Japan together." And by it, a sacred wishing tree at the top been lost at some unknown time. So what do I wish for? You to subscribe? No. As you approach this final building, it has beautiful ornate works on the outside that you can't see until you get right up close to the artwork within. And here yet again, these pillars intentionally upside down, one of the 12, just because as soon as something perfect in Japan starts to deteriorate. So putting something imperfect on purpose, and it lasts longer. I don't know, I like the idea.